Hi, welcome back to Podium Pop, a Formula One podcast. I'm Grace, and this is my co-host Celine. We have another episode here for you this week. Make sure you are following us on all of our socials. We are on, we post on Spotify and YouTube, and we are also on TikTok, Instagram, a little bit on Twitter. So make sure you're following us there. We post our clips, and we keep updated on if we have any special episodes that we're posting. So let's pop the bottle and get into today's episode.
Oh, that was a bad one.
Oh,
try again.
Yeah, try again. Oh, that was good.
That was good. Yeah.
Nice. How are we feeling about this week? Not much has happened.
It's been a very quiet week. It's been
Once again.
Yeah, it's been like it seems like, and we kind of had an idea that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
In the off race weeks, there's like silence versus like during winter break, it was like boom, 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 which is pretty uncommon. Like the other winter breaks, it's kind of quiet too, but this winter break was like
Insane.
nonstop drama.
Yeah.
So now that we actually do get those like little bits of breaks in between, it feels weird.
It's so weird, yeah.
Last week was Australia. We did an episode on the Australian Grand Prix, so if you haven't listened to that, go check it out. We did post it on YouTube. It was a really good episode, honestly. We
covered a lot.
We had to cut ourselves off at one point because we could have kept going.
I think like 2 separate times.
Yeah, like it was a lot of information to cover. Just touching on, general race recap, and then the whole Williams situation, and the George had a rough weekend, all of that stuff kind of having to go over. It was a good episode, so go listen to that. But this week, it's been quiet. We have a couple things that have come out. Again, those rumors love to sneak their way out.
Sure do.
And as always, it's majority of it's just Helmut Marko just yapping to the media.
And Toto.
Yap into the media. And Toto. Toto's can't keep his mouth shut either.
No, he can't.
A lot of the drivers went from Australia to Bali.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen quite a few. Charles is there. I saw Logan was there.
Did you see that girl that she accidentally posted a picture of him?
Yeah.
She was like, I have no clue who this is, but he was so nice and took pictures for me.
Like, imagine just accidentally meeting a Formula One driver.
I know. She also was probably like, hi, can you take some? And he's like, oh, you want a picture with me? And then she's probably like, no, will you take pictures of me?
She's like, should I? If someone says, oh, do you want a picture with me? Say yeah, because they're probably famous somehow.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I doubt that actually happened, but that'd be funny if it did.
Or they're just cocky.
Yeah.
You can have proof do that. Of it.
Like, oh, you want a picture with me? We have a podcast.
You want a picture of us, right?
You've heard of Podium Pop? Oh my god.
We're at the Miami Grand Prix, and someone's like there with like someone, their friend, and they're like, oh, could you take a picture? And I was like, oh, are you a fan? You're a fan of Podium Pop? Of course. We could get some followers out of that. So
we could. Speaking of Logan and Williams, James came out with a little update video, I guess, and he said he is confident that Alex's car will be fixed for Japan. So
it better be.
Everyone keep your fingers crossed.
I still cannot believe that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm still upset. Like, I was telling Grace the other day that I was just sitting there minding my business. I didn't have any business thinking about it, but I did. I thought about it. I started crying. I just am so, like, I can't get too far into it.
No, we can't do that again. We already had like a 20-minute segment on our last episode.
I'll just say this. I bet he's just really sad right now.
He went to Bali. He took a little break. He's recuperating. Yeah, he's so sad, but
I just want him to like come back and get points. Like, that would be such a good redemption.
It would be such a good redemption.
If he came back and scored, like, I mean, let's not get crazy. Like,
He could get 10th.
He can get 10th, and I would be happy.
I hope everybody has been saying this, but like, I hope he comes back in his Reputation era. That'd be insane.
Yeah. Like, he accidentally comes back and he's just like accidentally really good.
No, I'd love that. You just hear from his driver's room, like, look what you made me do playing.
Yeah.
That would actually be hilarious.
Well, we should do like an episode where we assign every driver a Taylor Swift song.
I thought about that. You know what I also thought we should do? Random generate Taylor Swift lyrics, and then we have to assign it to a driver.
That's actually okay. Fine, we'll have a Formula One Taylor Swift crossover episode. Twist my arm.
Stop begging us.
We'll do it. Okay, we'll do it. No, that'd actually be so fun.
Yeah,
we are big Swifties.
Big Swifties. I can't wait for her to also be at Miami.
Yeah, because we're manifesting that.
Yeah, for sure.
Ed Sheeran brings her on stage.
Wait a second. Can we talk about that? So we've been talking about this for so long. Who's going to be the Miami headliner for the Grand Prix? Who's it going to be? 2 years ago, Post Malone. Last year, Jonas Brothers. This year, I see a girl tweet and she said, it's going to be Ed Sheeran. And I was like, haha, that's funny. So I looked it up and sure enough, Ed Sheeran, headliner.
Listen, we don't hate Ed Sheeran by any means.
No, we don't hate Ed Sheeran. I love Ed Sheeran.
Very talented.
He was one of my first concerts.
He was my very first concert. Oh, no. Oh. He was my second.
Oh, wow.
My first, Justin Bieber.
Wow. Kind of same vein-ish. My first, the High School Musical cast.
Wow. The actual cast?
Yeah, it was the actual cast, except for Zac Efron, because he was filming Hairspray, so it was Drew Seeley.
I'm not mad about that.
No, I loved it.
Yeah, mine was the Justin Bieber My World tour. I don't know if it was My World or My World 2.0 tour. One of those My World. Oh, that's a tongue twister.
That is
My World tours. And then the second one is when Ed Sheeran toured. Before he was playing like stadiums, it was so cool. It was like a very small theater.
That's what mine was.
See him there. Wow, was it? What year was it?
Oh,
I think mine was like 2012, maybe.
I was gonna say it had to have been 2012 or 2011. I feel like 2012.
I think I maybe was a freshman.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wow, we're so synced with our concerts.
We really are so synced. Yeah, no, honestly, it was one of the best concerts ever.
It was so good. So we love Ed Sheeran.
We're excited. I just wasn't expecting an Ed Sheeran to be dropped.
And it seems. Well, okay, so Ed Sheeran used to have sad boy music.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely more like pop now.
That's true, he is.
You know what I'm excited to hear? Well, other than Castle on the Hill.
Yeah.
Which we were joking about. We're going to be like, on our high, we're going to be like, whoa, Miami. We're going to be there. He's going to play Castle on the Hill.
I'm on my way.
I'm excited to hear Bad Habits would pop off in concert.
Yeah, actually, that will. That'll be good.
And Shape of You.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh, so good. So there'll be some hits there. We'll go for sure.
Yeah. Oh, we'll for sure go.
But there's who else?
John Summit is performing. Mm-hmm. But what it kind of seems like is John Summit's going to be performing like, I forgot what it said. It's like something all day long to welcome in guests.
Yeah.
Or something. So I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was like after like Saturday performing or like, I don't know. It said welcoming in guests. So I don't know. I'm going to go find John Summit though. I love him.
We'll hunt him down. Mm-hmm. Respectfully. We're not going to go to his hotel.
No.
We're just going to go to his concert, his pre-planned concert for fans.
Because we're respectable people.
Because we don't stalk people.
Actually, speaking of which, did you see what happened to Kimmy Antonelli?
No. What happened?
Ooh. Somebody...
He's just a little boy.
He is. So it was either on his... or I think it was on his like private Instagram or I guess it's his girlfriend's private Instagram. Somebody was on it and like leaked the picture of them. There was like nothing bad. They were literally just like at the pool or beach or something. But then it was like one of those like dumb wannabe Dumois F1 gossip pages like spotted Kimmy Antonelli's private story with his supposed girlfriend. And people were like, it's his private story for a reason.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh, that's sad that he can't
that's so
trust
sad. Also,
on his private
he's
story.
not even an adult. He's 17.
Yeah, like that is actually like, first of all,
stop being weird.
Second of all, that's creepy.
It's so creepy.
Like he's
and like
a child.
I feel like especially if it was a private story, I feel like it had to been somebody that like, you know what I know, like they knew them or something that was in the story already.
Gosh, I'd be so paranoid if I was a celebrity.
No, yeah, I feel like I couldn't. I would just make a big group message of people that I liked and send
And
it
then
to
be
them.
like,
Actually,
share pictures that way.
Yeah.
Send it out all this constantly. Like, it's
or
your
I would just
private
wait and like
Instagram feed.
show people in person.
Yeah.
Let's be real, it would
True.
just be like our core group we have right now.
Yeah. We send it to the same 6 people.
Yeah.
You're like, who else needs to see this? No one.
Nobody.
Maybe send it to your mom.
I would send it to my mom, actually. My mom and my sister, yeah. Keep the fam updated.
Yeah, I gotta keep them updated.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we really just kind of where were we? What were we talking about?
Talking about how it was boring, and then we segued into Williams. We did a couple segues. It was yeah, it's fine.
It's a natural transition.
Yeah.
But back to Bali. Did you see?
Yes.
The tweet, and it was Charles's like trainer and friend Joris.
Oh yeah.
And it was a picture of them, and they were on like some moped thing. They looked terrified.
They looked so scared.
And the tweet was like something along the lines of like, them terrified over the things that or like the adventures that Charles is dragging them on. And Charles liked the tweet.
Yes, that's so funny. Which is so fair. He did that during winter break too, when he took them like extreme skiing or whatever, or ice climbing, like whatever it was.
Ice mountain climbing. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, if I was a freaking race car driver, I'd be like, I'm gonna like stay home and maybe read a book.
They need to get that like adrenaline thrill from somewhere when they're not racing. Go ride a roller coaster. Actually, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Which that was also funny when he dragged what's his trainer's name? And is it Andre? It starts with an A. Andreas?
Andrea? I think it's just Andrea. Yeah.
Andrea. When he in the like vlog he posted from LA when he like did not want to go on the roller coaster and like he was like literally dragging him on. That was funny.
Yeah. That's cute.
Do you like roller coasters?
Actually, no.
Oh.
Not really. I mean, no.
That's so fair.
If I wanted to piss my pants, I could do it in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I got scared for a second that my mic wasn't on, but it's been on the whole time.
The good thing is that now I'm actually listening through the actual audio, so if your mic wasn't on, I'd know right away.
Oh, actually, that's so true. Hey, guys, we've upgraded a bit.
A bit. Well, you can tell my video quality is not as good because I switched to a laptop, but it's just a temporary laptop till I get a different laptop.
But now we're not recording and calling each other to hear each other.
We've had some technical difficulties in the past.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah. I saw a tweet that a bunch of sponsors are leaving. Mercedes.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. I didn't see that. Tell me more.
Let me pull up the tweet, actually. While I'm looking for this tweet, I would also like to talk about the F3 drivers who posted that TikTok.
Oh my god, the Alpine Academy drivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always so funny, like you hear them saying like, oh, like if TikTok was around when this person was in F3, it would have been over. Like, who do you think on the grid would have been most cringy on TikTok if they were like teens during the TikTok era?
Lando and Logan.
You think Lando and Logan? I don't think Logan at all.
Okay, not actually Logan, but like I could see it a little, like a little bit. Lando for sure.
Okay, yeah, probably Lando.
There's like no doubt.
I could see. Let me think.
There's a chance George would have been, but there's also a chance it would have been like a more reserved version. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not like not like the cringe
boy.
like the Alpine drive. Yeah, like not like that.
I'm not calling them fuckboys,
like,
but that's the vibe it was.
Yeah, I could see like George being like cringy on TikTok, being like, "Hey guys," George is so cute. I love George.
He is. So
He's just like an old man in like a 20-something race car driver's body.
Yeah, he is.
He's an old British man.
He is an old British man.
And I love him.
I unfortunately can't find this tweet.
About the sponsors?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, why Mercedes is... It's just bad for them right now. Like, to have... First of all, to start the season off with losing Lewis.
Yeah.
Or knowingly losing Lewis. And then... I mean, the first 2 races were okay. They definitely were wanting to be closer to Red Bull. And they're definitely behind. Like, it's definitely Ferrari and Red Bull fighting right now. And then it's more... The first 2 races, it was like Mercedes and McLaren fighting.
Yeah.
But the third race, the most recent race in Australia, to have a double DNF... It's like they can't catch a break.
I know.
And did you see the thing about how, although it was already planned before, it has nothing to do with... The article was like, it's nothing to do with, or that's the statement they put out. It's like nothing to do with the team's performance in the last race, but Toto's not going to be at the next in the Japanese Grand Prix at all.
Oh, I did see that.
And they're like, it was pre-planned, but like, I mean, I saw people like talking about it. Like, they're making good points. Like, all of the other team principals are there. Even the ones that we don't want to be there. Christian Horner.
Oh, I forgot about that. No, forgot, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, he still shows up for every race.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I feel like Toto is gone so often.
I know. Yeah, well, he had a surgery last year, right?
Well, yeah. I mean,
So
before that,
that's
though,
different,
he would be, like, randomly gone on weekends.
I actually, no, this is different. I think, I don't think Zach's going to be at the next race either. I think he's doing, like, his own, Zach Brown.
What are these team principals doing?
Well, he's technically the CEO, so I think...
Actually,
Stella
it's kind of crazy how often Zach Brown is there.
Yeah, it's insane how often Zach Brown is there. Which, honestly...
Because if you think about it, Zach
I kind of love that.
Yeah, Zach is there a lot more often than, like, Helmut is.
Yeah.
Are they technically the same, like, level of position? I think
Wait, I thought Helmut was there all the time.
I never see him.
Oh. I mean, he was in Australia.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we always just see, like, Christian. If so, he's never sitting on the pit wall. Maybe he's in the garage.
He was in the garage. When Max came in for the DNF, he was in the garage.
Well, I knew he was at Australia. I just feel like in general, I see Zach Brown all the time in the, doing stuff at all of the Grand Prix.
I'm looking up what... He's the head of Red Bull's development program. Helmut Marko. Obviously. I said Red Bull. And Zach's just the McLaren Racing CEO, so I think they're a little different.
A little different, yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say something. Oh, I did see some exciting news.
Okay.
Once again, rumored. But there is, and it's from an article, and I have it ready.
We are citing our source for this one.
The source is Racer, which is a website, publication, whatever. And they are stating that Prima might be coming to IndyCar.
That would be cool.
Let's see. Secured a pair of engine leases from Chevy and is expected to announce the 2-car IndyCar effort in the coming weeks.
Do you think they would start for a 2025 season? Or it'd have to be 2026?
Oh, I don't know, actually.
I would love for them to go to the 2025 season. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
And just a chance for more drivers.
I
wonder if they'd bring over any of the Prima drivers that they have already.
I feel like they definitely could, especially if they have strong relationships with them, and there's obviously not enough spaces in Formula One.
Could be exciting.
Yeah. I feel like IndyCar is going to have a huge renaissance. Not renaissance. It's already huge.
Resurgence.
Resurgence. Thank you.
I think even compared from last year to this year, and I mean, I definitely am, because we started the podcast, I'm definitely much more involved in motorsport media, so maybe that's obviously a huge contributing factor. But like, I feel like other people too are talking about IndyCar so much more this year than last year, and even the year before that. And it's exciting, and I'm excited to get more and learn more about IndyCar because it's just more accessible for me and you to go to IndyCar races.
Yeah, 100%.
Rather than Formula One races, like you know, half of them, maybe not half of them, but like actually probably close to half of them are like drivable for us.
Oh yeah,
which is super exciting. Like we, are going to go to the Indy 500. We may go to Mid Ohio. We could possibly go to Nashville. Is Nashville Labor Day weekend?
Nashville's in September. Wait.
Okay, Labor Day weekend's in September, girl.
Maybe.
I hope not. Because I want to go to Nashville, but I may be out of town for Labor Day. We'll look at the schedule.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because we literally even looked at for the Mid Ohio race getting paddock tickets, because getting a IndyCar paddock tickets with like food and drink and like a bar, all of this stuff,
like all this access, like special access.
Yeah, it's cheaper than our Formula One Miami Grand Prix tickets that we got, which is insane.
Like cheaper by a couple hundred.
Yeah, not just
cheaper like $20 we're saving. Like no, like a couple hundred.
No, I think like $200-$300.
Yeah, and it is good that we're able to go to all of these races this year. Like we're able to go to the Indy 500 and maybe do the paddock, or special tickets for Mid Ohio, because who knows if it keeps getting as popular as it looks like it's heading. The tickets might spike in 2025 season.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I also like with IndyCar, you've seen like a lot of like the European drivers like move over to IndyCar too. Yeah. So
I wonder if any Formula One drivers lose their seat for next season, if any of them will come to IndyCar for 2025.
That was one of my predictions.
Yeah.
I said that someone from the 24 grid. What year is it? 2024 grid is going to go to IndyCar.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Logan?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's
American.
Yeah, he's American. I feel like there's like there's
just also more opportunity to get into IndyCar only because there's just more drivers in IndyCar. Like Formula One is so like, it's like literally you can only have 2 drivers per team, and that's like a strict limit.
Yeah.
Like IndyCar, some of the teams have like 5 drivers.
Yeah. And you can even do like one-off entries for the 500. Do you think Fernando, like I think yes, do you think Fernando's going to try and finish his Triple Crown with the 500?
Hope so.
Me too.
I would love that.
Like the second if he announces that, I am purchasing a ticket.
Oh, right away. Oh,
yeah.
I need to order my Fernando Alonso hat.
Oh, we keep talking about this. You really do.
I know. The issue is I really should have ordered it like 3 months ago and it was on sale for $20, and now it's spiked up to $50.
Yeah, I told you too.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's okay.
Big mistake.
What you were thinking, but you found it literally the 20 minutes after we bought our tickets to Miami.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I need to save some money.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
so I should have bought it when it was $20. It's fine. I'll keep an eye on the prices. I'm hoping that one day I check and it just happens to be down. But
I think I'm gonna get the McLaren bucket hat for
for Miami
Saturday. Maybe.
I think it's gonna be so interesting us attending a Formula One race and an IndyCar race in the same month because I feel like the crowds are going to be very different.
Yeah, I even like we've heard this before that like the IndyCar crowd is just like insane.
People there they just want to party. Now we aren't going to be in like the snake pit. Like we have like actual seats. So we'll be on the outside during the race and like we're going to walk around and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But like it's not like we're going to be like in there with like the DJ with all of like the drunk college kids that are like passing out from drugs. We won't be there.
No.
But I do feel like it's definitely going to be a little bit more classic American crowd.
I was going to say it's a bit of a different demographic.
Yeah.
The people attending the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
very different from
very different.
Which I think we've never been to either of them, so we don't know for sure. We'll definitely report back about that, about the difference of crowds. But
yeah, we will.
I think it's going to be interesting, the fact that we're doing both of them in the same month, which will be exciting. It's going to be a busy month for us. We're going to hopefully vlog some of it and put it on our YouTube channel. So another reason to go follow our YouTube.
Yeah, follow YouTube for sure.
And I'm excited. I think it's going to be so fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
The Japanese Grand Prix is coming up next week. This week.
Yeah, that's true. On Monday this week.
We will be in Gatlinburg, which, if you all don't know where Gatlinburg is, it's like
it's in the mountains. It's like a camping area.
Yes. It's like a mountain. There's a bunch of log cabins, and you go there, and there's like a small little town, and it's just a lot of fun. So we'll be in Gatlinburg, and watching the race, and we'll have a projector to watch the race, and there's like a hot tub and like a fun outdoor area where like there's like a fire pit and all that stuff. So we will be staying up until 2 a.m. to watch qualifying, and we will be watching the race.
I can make you do quali live reactions with me.
Oh, perfect. That would actually be so fun.
I love doing my quali live reactions. I've gotten some great clips from that, actually.
That would actually be so fun. Like us having to like not scream and wake up the whole house.
At least,
which like when we got stuck in the basement.
We say stuck. We both have separate rooms with king beds.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
We also will be probably recording right after. I kind of feel like we'll have to, because the next day we're going to be doing a bunch of activities. So
yeah.
We're going to be recording right after the race, so who knows what's going to happen.
We very well, I mean, I would say there's going to be a 95% chance that we are heavily intoxicated.
We might have had some few drinks, or we just record early in the morning, depending on how late it finishes.
Yeah, depending on how intoxicated we are. We should take a step back and be like, we should wait to talk about this when we're sober. They don't want to hear our drunk reactions. It's just us crying about Logan because he does so good. So good.
If my prediction comes true, who knows?
Happy tears or sad tears, but there will be tears for Logan Sargent. Sargent Express.
Ooh, the Sargent Express. You guys, I hope you guys have joined our Sargent Express, by the way.
I feel like a lot of people have hopped on the Sargent Express after. Yeah. Everyone was like, this is a horrible PR move. This is a horrible PR move for Williams. But maybe they were playing the long game, and they're like, this is going to make a bunch of people love Logan. Because it's not like it made us hate Alex. We knew that it wasn't Alex's call. So it wasn't like they were shifting that. And like, maybe we dislike Williams as a team a little bit. But I mean, it's, if anything, it gained more positive reactions for Logan than negative reactions for Williams.
Yeah. It's like everybody came out of the woodworks to defend Logan.
So a lot of people joining the Sargent Express. So if you haven't already joined, make sure you get your ticket. Yeah. Because we are going to be chugging right along, right into Miami.
And remember, tickets are free.
Tickets are free to the Logan Sargent Express.
And you know how you get your ticket? You get your ticket by following and subscribing to Podium Pop.
Mm-hmm.
And
we
make
pass
sure you're
out
following
real tickets.
Wait. That's kind of a good idea.
Should we do like something? Make some merch with like a little ticket stub on it? The Sargent Express.
That'd be kind of cute. We're gonna
write that down. Oh yeah, we are gonna make friendship bracelets
for Miami. So we'll make a TikTok to delve into it more, because that's where we have a good audience. But if you're part of the Sargent Express and you're going to be in Miami, let us know. You will
definitely let us know.
We'll give you a bracelet.
We'll come find you.
And we would love to meet our fellow, I was going to say train goers, but
what are they called? Our fellow passengers.
Our fellow passengers. Love to meet our fellow passengers.
Logan Sargent their fangirl should have a name. I don't know if they already have a name or not. The Loganistas. The
Loganistas.
Max Verstappen's group should be the Maxinistas. Like the
I saw
TJ
someone call
Maxx.
themselves
I'm
the
a Maxinista.
Verstappies.
Oh, yeah, I have heard that before. The
Verstappies is
Verstappies.
cute.
Wow, I wonder, do any of the other I know the Brussels sprouts.
Lando's is like LN4 Nation. That's what I've seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does Oscar have one?
I don't know.
Me either.
The pastries.
The pastries. No, he is the pastry.
He is the pastry.
We are the
We're the ones
bakers.
going to the bakery.
Oh.
His mother is the baker.
You're right. His mother is a baker.
Speaking of Oscar. Hey girl. Speaking of Oscar, he did a video kind of talking more in depth about their program that's helping. I'm not smart about science stuff, but it's helping the Great Barrier Reef.
McLaren has like a environment team, I guess, helping with sustainability and stuff. So he went and went snorkeling. Yeah, I almost said scuba diving. He went snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef and like looked around and talked about his experience, and they used it as a way to help promote like sustainability in the Barrier Reef. And they talked about how they're actually, this was really cool, how they're basically in a lab producing more coral that can sustain warmer temperatures with the ocean warming. So they're like building that up so they can keep the Barrier Reef alive. I loved it.
It's interesting. It's good that I see McLaren like kind of getting involved with stuff like that, because I really don't see much about it from other teams.
And McLaren, I feel like they did it a lot last year too. Like I remember seeing a couple things. I love anything related to caring for the environment, so I'm all for it.
Love your mother.
Love your mother.
Hashtag love your mother Earth.
Gonna do a little segue real quick. Do we think Sebastian's B corner is still up and running in Suzuka?
Yeah, what happened to those bees?
Where'd those bees go?
Where'd those bees go? Like, are they... Also, why did they put, like, the bees, like, right on a dangerous racetrack?
Yeah.
Like, they could have done that exact same thing, and they could have done it, like, half a mile from the racetrack.
Yeah, or just, like, outside, or maybe, like, not right at a corner.
Yeah.
Like, some of nobody hit it last year.
I know, but, like, every time I think of it, I think of like the race cars going and Sebastian just standing on like something over by his bees and being like,
when he's standing with those flags and he's waving them,
in his bee
love
corner.
that picture. I think about that picture often.
I need Sebastian to go to one of the races.
Mm-hmm.
Which garage do you think he sits in?
Whoa.
Not Ferraris. You think Red Bulls? Well, I don't think he'll go to Red Bulls this year. I don't think he'll go to Red Bulls this year at all.
No. I could see him going to Ferrari for Charles.
But he loved Aston Martin too.
Oh, yeah. Actually, he would go back to Aston Martin.
Aston Martin.
Mm-hmm. I briefly forgot about Aston Martin, but I think he would go to Aston Martin.
So interesting.
We didn't talk about this last week. How he tested for a Le Mans car.
I don't remember if we talked about it or not.
Well, we're going to talk about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
He did testing for, was it GP2?
Mm-hmm.
Porsche GP2?
Yes.
I
think so.
I know it was Porsche for sure. But he did testing for a car for Le Mans, which is so exciting. We got to see him in a car again.
Mm-hmm.
And his number was on it. Everybody was like, the number 5 car's back.
And that also the fact that news dropped the exact same day as the Logan Sargent news. And like everyone on like social media was like split between like crying about Logan, but then like cheering about Sebastian. And, like, it was got a little bit of whiplash from it.
I also saw, I can't tell if this is an old picture or not. I don't think so. I think Sebastian was at some bee conference. And speaking on a panel about bees. I saw him in a picture, and then there was like a video clip of him talking. I didn't listen to it, but in the back it said something like "Save the bees" or "For the bees" or something.
Oh my god,
I
he's
love him.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He is
It
truly
always also
amazing.
is interesting, like, because he definitely, like, when he first started out as like a racer, he had like that similar, you know, reputation like Max did when he first
Yeah.
started, that he was just like this new guy who was like willing to like race dirty, and how, you know, people didn't like him, and like now he's like this like gentle, like people associate him with like, especially the newer fans that weren't around when, you know, Sebastian was in, you know, first starting out. But now that he's like associated with like this more like fatherly, gentle, like
Yeah.
mentor like figure, you know, on the racetrack, and how he's just really mellowed out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can definitely see that like turning more and more for Max over the last couple of years, and I think it's going to continue, where he started out as the, you know, Mad
Yes.
Max, and like, you know, yelling at reporters, and he still definitely has that bit of edge to him, like he's still like, you know, like, oh, do you like that, you know, do you like all this, when he was in like Vegas last year especially, like, what do you think of all this? He's like, I just want to race. Like, there's definitely
like
still
the
that
I don't
edge
give a
to
fuck
it.
attitude.
Yeah, there's that
Besides
edge, but like
racing.
he definitely is like mellowing out more, and I think
Yeah.
seeing him interact with Penelope is always so cute. But like
It
it's
is
just
really
like, or like even how like he's not like crazy older than like Logan and Oscar, but even like how he like talks about them, like if you would have asked Max his opinion on like some other drivers, like when he was younger, he'd probably be like, I just focus on myself kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now if he's asked about, or like how he was asked about Ollie, and he's like, oh, it's super exciting for him, I think he's a great driver, like was so like nice about it, that like you can see him kind of like mellowing out a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting, the parallels between Sebastian and Max.
The parallels are insane. It's for sure gonna like, I feel like it'll be very similar, like you said.
Red Bull's golden boy.
Like, I understand people being upset that he's like dominating and winning all the time. Like sometimes I am too. I'm like, oh, okay, Max is gonna win again.
Oh my god, here comes Max.
At the same time, like, so like, I was excited that he DNF'd for the fact that there was a chance someone else was winning. Max wasn't winning. I wasn't excited that he DNF'd and wasn't racing. Like, I still want him racing. I want people to be good enough, the cars to be good enough that people are fighting him. Like, I still want Max racing.
It's almost like, it's like it probably feels, if I was Carlos, like, well, maybe not because of the whole appendix thing and coming back from all that, but just like with the race alone, like the fact that when he won in Singapore, like Max was still racing, and it really just was that the car wasn't there, and that all of that happened, and you know, the racing, he couldn't get that fixed kind of thing, versus this one where he DNF, like it'd feel like not cheating, but it wouldn't feel as satisfying, I think, to win a race. And like that's not how you want to win. Like, you know, it's the same thing as like, you know, like you want Sorry, I made an analogy in my head, but it had to do with work, and I don't think most people would understand it, so I was trying to make it less specific to me, but I can't make it specific. But it's like almost like, you want to be doing the best, but not if it's that the best that you're trying to beat just had an unlucky break that was no fault of their own. You want to like beat them like at their best. Like you want to beat the best at their best, not at their worst.
Yeah, for sure.
That was really confusing. I took a left turn there.
My brain hurt a bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I get what you're saying. But like on my Hinge like dating profile, I have like, you should respond to me if you're in F1, and then a guy responded, and he was like, oh my god, like I was so glad to see Max DNF, so glad to see Max not racing, and I didn't respond because it annoyed me so much. But like I wasn't happy that he wasn't racing. I was happy that someone else was gonna win. Like I don't know. And people are. Did you see the person that got the Max DNF tattoo?
Yes, people are dumbasses.
Like someone literally quoted it and said, like quote tweeted it and said, you can be a hater, be a hater in this is ugly, like be a hater in a more creative way or something.
Yeah.
Like it was so ugly.
No, it's not cute at all. But I am interested to see how Red Bull kind of comes back from this. Like, you know, with Singapore, it was kind of just like a one-off weekend, and then they bounced back fine the following week. But I wonder if there is going to be any fix, you know, if it's going to continue for Ferrari to be really close to where Red Bull is. Because again, also like even if sorry, I just bumped my table. Even if Max didn't DNF, like Red Bull's pace was there. Like Red Bull was fast or not Red Bull, sorry. Ferrari's pace was there.
Yeah.
Ferrari was fast last weekend. And it's, again, like, interesting. I almost wish that Max didn't DNF because I want to see if
I wanted to see what would happen.
Ferrari would have been able to match them. So maybe in Japan, Ferrari does end up matching them. I would love for Charles to get a win in Suzuka. It'd feel very special. 10 years.
Oh, wow.
That'd be a special win for him for sure.
I think that'd be like very emotional, I feel like.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Yeah. No, I'd be crying.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think I hope that Ferraris, and not even that I'm not like a huge Ferrari fan. Like I like Charles, I like Carlos, but I don't necessarily root for them to win races because I'm obviously a McLaren fan first. But I would still love to see Ferrari battling. I mean, I'd love to see McLaren battling the Red Bulls the most.
I feel like they could get there at some point.
And they were. I mean, they were in Japan last year.
They were.
So, or at least the closest out of all the other teams. But it is, I'm interested to see this weekend if that whole thing was just kind of like a one-off, or if we're going to see some more battles with Ferrari and Red Bull, if we're going to see some more battles with maybe McLaren and Ferrari.
See what Mercedes is going to do.
Yeah, see if Mercedes is able to keep their cars on the track long enough. Like,
bit of a segue. When we talked about last week how Yuki, when he was in his post-race interview, said that he was excited for free practice. And he was like, well, I can't say it right now. He was excited because I forget his first name. His last name is Ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is doing the rookie free practice in Japan, and he's also Japanese, so it is very exciting.
That is so special to have two Japanese drivers racing together on the same team.
Yeah.
At the Japanese track.
It's so exciting.
That's really exciting.
I also remember
I'm excited for Yuki's home race.
Me too. Yuki's been doing a lot. Do you see he went to the FE race?
I did, actually.
And he met met with Nick DeVries on the track. That was cute.
Yeah. And we were looking at the driver standings recently, and Yuki is doing really good. What is he like? We checked, he was at 11th.
I think he was 11th. Him and Ollie are tied. They both have 6 points.
Okay, yes. So he is doing really good. And if you look at everyone that's not in the top 10, basically, all of them are down there with a teammate, except what was it?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, all of the people are like below or no, it's anyone that doesn't have points.
Yeah.
Out of everyone that doesn't have, they all have 0 points. All of them are there with a teammate except for Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah,
Because Yuki has 6 points, Daniel has 0, and then all the other ones, like both of the Williams have 0, both of the Alpines have 0, both of the Stake F1 Kick Sauber. They all have 0. But Daniel Ricciardo has 0 and Yuki has 6 points. And I forget I'm sure we talked about it. Did we talk about that last week? Daniel Ricciardo?
Daniel Ricciardo?
No, Daniel Ricciardo. I don't think we did.
I think we did.
So I forget if it came out before or after we filmed the podcast. It must have been after. But Daniel Ricciardo is definitely in some hot water right now because there, again, rumors, but there's a rumor that an ultimatum was basically given to him saying you need to improve in the next 2 races or we're going to Nick DeVries you and take you out early and put in Liam Lawson.
We're going to Nick DeVries you.
That's exactly what they're doing.
No, not 100%.
Yes, I know that people have been pulled from a Red Bull team before Nick DeVries, but it just it felt the most right.
I saw that. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what a interesting way to go out for because that's how you got your seat. Like
I was gonna say that's like the
over
thing.
Someone mid-season,
like you lose them how you get them.
Yeah,
like how people say that when like dating.
Like that was literally karma.
Yeah. I did see a thing though a few days after they came out. I only saw like a few, like 1 or 2 people say this, that Liam Lawson's like camp came out and was like, we haven't heard this.
Yeah, Liam Lawson's like, I mean, please, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
They're trying to make sure that people don't hate Liam Lawson before it actually happens.
I think Liam Lawson is one person involved in Formula One right now that everybody will root for. Like, I haven't...
Him and Oscar.
Yeah, him and Oscar.
Everybody loves Oscar.
Everybody does love Oscar.
All of the fans love Oscar. Like, you could be a fan of, like, anyone and still you'd be like, like, obviously you wouldn't root for him over your favorite. Same that you wouldn't root for Liam Lawson over your favorite.
But, like, you're not mad about him getting podium or high points.
No, of course not. And you know, obviously, like, Ollie was the same way. Like, everyone wanted Ollie to do good. Whether you were a McLaren fan or a Red Bull fan or an Aston Martin fan, you were rooting for Ollie to do good.
Yeah.
And that's the case for Liam Lawson as well. I think if he came in, everyone would be rooting for him. And I think he's proven already that he can perform under pressure when he is thrown into a situation mid-season.
Yeah.
He can knock Max Verstappen out of qualifying.
That was just still so insane. And, like, I was only a few races in of watching F1. Because, like, my first race was Zandvoort last year. And I literally was watching it and I was like, I could tell I'm watching something crazy right now.
Yeah, you could tell it was like a special moment.
Yeah. Also, I watched, he did like a Sky Sports F1 has a podcast, and he did a podcast with them. It was really good, actually. And he talked about how it was like right before Singapore when he went out, how he was told that he wasn't getting the seat, and then he went out there and did so good. So he was like, that was just such a bittersweet weekend for me.
Yeah. No, Red Bull has so many like rumors coming out, because there's even more rumors that dropped that Max is still considering leaving. And he's looking, what did they say? He was looking at Mercedes and Aston Martin.
Yeah. Which and he said he wants to bring Adrian Newey with him. If he
went to Aston Martin or Mercedes, he would have to bring Adrian Newey with him, because otherwise he'd get a shit car.
I've also heard rumors that Lawrence has been bidding for Adrian Newey. Which, don't get me started, if we get Adrian Newey to Aston Martin and Lance has a good car, don't get me started.
I mean, I won't be mad about it at all.
No.
But then there's always that trickle of, okay, so if Max goes, who's taking Max's seat? Is it going to be Carlos? Is it going to be Fernando?
Yeah.
And then also everyone's like, I feel like even like last year and at the beginning before this season started, everyone just kind of assumed like, oh, Checo's not going to be there, so they're going to give Checo's spot away. But Checo's been doing good, and Helmut Marko even released a statement saying that, like, as of right now, Checo is where we want him. He needs to improve in qualifying a little bit, but his race pace is there. Like, they're happy with Checo right now.
Yeah. Like,
imagine Max does leave, and, like, Checo, I mean, regardless, Checo, Fernando, Carlos, we're going to get a Spanish-speaking Red Bull team.
That'd be amazing.
Which would be amazing. But it would also be cool for both Fernando and Carlos to be on a team together, because we know how much Carlos looks up to Fernando. I think that would be cute.
That'd be cute.
I just want such good things from Carlos. And
I know.
I want him so bad. And I almost wish... Ideally, I think it'd be fun to see Max on a different team than Red Bull, because I think it would shake things up so much, and I think it'd be so interesting to watch. But I almost want that to happen, like, you know, maybe in 2026, because in 2025, there's nothing more than I want is for Max and Carlos to be on Red Bull, and for them to completely destroy Charles and Lewis. Not because I want bad things for Charles and Lewis, but because I want Carlos to be able to prove a point, and Max will help him prove that point. Not that Fernando couldn't, but Max will be there, and he'll be like, you know what, Carlos? Yeah, we're gonna prove a freaking point right now. Yeah. And if Carlos is able to have like an absolutely dominant season and just be like, you know what, fuck you Ferrari. That's what you get for dropping me like this. It has to be Red Bull that he goes to in order to do that.
Yeah. Also, Max is such a Carlos defender.
He is.
Like last year in Vegas when he went over the manhole cover and Carlos never said anything, but Max was like, Carlos couldn't feel his fucking legs. Like, this is like more than like what is going on. Like, Max is such a Carlos defender.
Yeah.
I love it. That'd be a great team. Just like, my God, like Max and Charles, or no. Max and Lewis, Charles and Carlos fighting each other.
I know, it'd literally be like rivals. Like,
no, it'd be insane.
It would be rivals like kind of crossed over in multiple ways because obviously Max and Lewis have that rivalry going on, but then also Max and Charles have had a rivalry since they were like in karting.
Yeah.
And then Carlos and Lewis are gonna have a rivalry because Lewis took Carlos's seat, and Carlos and Charles are gonna have a rivalry because Charles and Carlos have always had like this weird tension between them, and also the fact that Charles got to stay at Ferrari and Carlos didn't. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be multiple layers to that rivalry. And then Ferrari and Red Bull are always kind of like, at least in the past like couple of years since Mercedes kind of dropped off a little bit, they've just been kind of back and forth a bit, a lot already. That like the layers that we get to that battle
be insane. And hopefully they're just too busy battling each other and Oscar and Lando can just slip through the cracks.
They're just gonna sorry, excuse me, passing through, bye.
It'll be like a through goes Hamilton, but it'll be like through goes Norris.
Oh,
chills,
so
actually
fun.
chills.
No, it's yeah, that would be good. Honestly,
It'd
it
be
would
insane.
Be such good like racing to watch if Carlos went to Red Bull. And again, I just want. I'm not like much of a person to root for Red Bull to win, but if Carlos was on Red Bull, I'd have to reevaluate some life choices for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately,
I just can't wait for like. Not that I wanted to speed up, obviously, but like by summer break, I feel like we're going to know so much more. I literally cannot wait to know what is going to happen. I think about it a lot,
it's going to be. I'm just waiting, like, because I feel like once one announcement is made for next year's lineup.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be like, that's going to be like the one thing. And then it's going to be like that, like people running around with like their hair on fire kind of thing. Like,
literally.
It's going to be one after another. And like, right now, the only people with their driver lineups for next year is McLaren. They're the only ones that's confirmed, right?
Well, and Ferrari.
Well, and Ferrari now. Yeah, you're right. So Ferrari does it because of Lewis, and then McLaren
technically
have it,
Max,
but everybody else.
Then there's all the rumors.
But like, like both teams, like McLaren is marked safe in this state of emergency.
Oh, yes, McLaren is.
Ferrari is technically now also marked safe in the state of emergency. Like the other like 8 teams.
Ferrari is not marked safe. Ferrari is the tornado.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
McLaren is marked safe, but the tornado, it's...
Yeah. They started this.
Yeah, this is their fault.
Fred and his bald head.
Like, everyone thought that Mercedes was also going to be marked safe in the natural disaster, but that didn't work out. Like,
that didn't work out at all.
But that does also scare me because I'm like, right now McLaren is safe, but like, I thought Mercedes was safe too.
Yeah, but I think Lando and Oscar are happy.
Yeah, I'm actually not super worried about McLaren because you could tell Lewis was definitely getting frustrated with Mercedes, and there were rumors, so many rumors far before that news actually dropped about it. But you don't hear rumors about Oscar or Lando leaving. I mean, sometimes you'll hear something about Red Bull wanting Lando, but like it's never on like the Lando side of things.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Once again, we talked about how we had nothing to talk about, and we just hit 57 minutes. So
what we can yap about absolutely nothing. Just trust me on that.
We really can, honestly. Kind of insane.
Yeah. Final thoughts. It's actually getting a little chilly outside. The window's open.
Interesting.
Anyways,
before we sign off, what do you think the podium for Suzuka is going to be?
See, that's so hard to do it before even like a free practice. I'm going to say Max. Do I have to do the order?
No.
Okay. I think it'll be Max, Checo, and Carlos.
Wow.
Who do I want it to be? Realistically, would be Max, Charles, and Lando.
Oh my god, wait, that was my prediction of who I think it's going to be.
I would love for that to happen. Normally, I root for Carlos over Charles. Well, not over Charles, but I just root for Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
But in this specific race, I would love for Charles to get on the podium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my prediction is Max, Lando, Charles.
Yeah, and I would love for McLaren to have another podium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we can just repeat last year, that would be great. If we could maybe get Lando his first race win and have Oscar happen to come in second. And maybe if that were the case, I don't know who I would actually want in third. Maybe Carlos. I think it'd be special for Carlos to be there for Lando's first win.
You know it's going to be a little silly.
What?
When Lando gets his first win, Zach Brown on the podium.
Oh my God. He's going to go fucking crazy with that champagne.
Go insane. Oh
I can't wait for them to sing Lando Meet Me at the Podium.
Yeah.
Because I will be, if Lando gets his first race win when we're in Gatlinburg and we're watching it while intoxicated, I don't care if any of those other people went to bed already. I'm going to be blasting that song throughout that house. I apologize to my friends in advance.
Volume.
I can't be manageable in a time like that.
We'll step outside.
Yeah, we'll step outside and do it.
Yeah,
they hear it from the windows. They're like, "What's going on down there?"
What's happening?
They'll still probably be awake, honestly.
Actually, we can't step outside. Bears.
There, knock on wood, there will not be bears that can get us, because remember, the balconies are elevated. The only way the bears can get us are to and from the cars. So we just can't go to the car at night.
I won't be doing that. And we got to keep our windows rolled up. Anyway, we once again went off on our own lives, not Formula One.
They're like, we don't care.
Talk about the cars.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, anyways, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Tune in next week for our race recap for Suzuka,
mm-hmm.
and make sure you're following us on all social media.
Yeah, we'll definitely be posting quali live reactions, so check those out. We'll post them on TikTok for sure. Maybe we'll get them onto Instagram on some reels. And go check out old ones. I have a pretty funny one, I'll be honest. It's great. From
we did Saudi actually Arabia. Get lucky and got a live recording of us reacting to Max DNFing that we posted on TikTok and Instagram, so that's on there as well.
Yeah, so yeah, look forward to that, and I hope the next time we're talking to you, Lando has his first win.
We're manifesting.
I knocked on wood and knocked a piece of paper over in the process.
It's a sign.
It is a sign.
Right,
Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.